What is going on? Brian Tong here. Welcome to Insider Look. And joining me today is the CEO of Brunswick, the largest marine technology company in the world, Mr. Dave Foulkes. Welcome, Dave. Thanks so much for hanging out with us.
Oh, you're very welcome, Brian. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's not often we get the CEO in the house, so it's an important talk today. So I'd love for you to kind of tell us about Brunswick for people who aren't really familiar with your company, and I know I'm going to learn something here too as well.
All right. Yeah. So you mentioned earlier, Brian, that we're the largest recreational marine company in the world. We have a number of parts to our organization. We own Mercury Marine, which is the leading marine propulsion business in the world. About 1 in 2 power boats in the US are powered by a Mercury Marine engine. So we're a huge part of that marine propulsion infrastructure. And then we own 17 different boat brands, amongst them some of the leading ones that even if you're not a boater, you may have heard of, like Sea Ray and Boston Whaler, Bayliner, Harris, and many others. Then we have a very big marine systems, technology, parts, and accessories business, and also marine distribution. So that is a huge part of where we're growing, both organically and through acquisition. And then finally, we have another part of our business. It's more around kind of shared access models in boating and services. And the biggest part of that area of our organization is Freedom Boat Club. And that is a club with about 360 locations around the world and more than 80,000 members. And it's a shared access boating model. Essentially, you pay a subscription to join. So that is the kind of breadth of the enterprise, but we're hugely focused on moving forward the industry, moving forward marine technology, and even stretching our technology into some non-marine applications.
I mean, as a hopeful boat owner in the future, I had no idea. I mean, you really have the products and like the ecosystem and the community, which is a very tight-knit community. So that's incredible to hear, just all the different ways that you are touching all those different touch points.
Yeah, we do have a big ecosystem, and we're eager to find ways to allow people to enter boating in a way that suits them, whether it's through purchasing a new boat, maybe a value boat, and working their way up, or whether it's through joining a boat club, or even participating in other ways. So just getting people on the water. We have a big initiative called All Blue Planet, which it tries to find ways to bring people who might not previously been able to get on the water, maybe from some underserved communities, and bring them on the water too. So big mission of ours is to democratize boating and get as many people on the water as we possibly can.
That's amazing. Now, we know that CES is also like a really big opportunity to just showcase your strategy for Brunswick in 2023 and really beyond. So what are you all focused here at CES for this year?
Well, we're focused in the marine application of a lot of technologies that you'll see in other verticals. So we have a strategy called ACES, and that's a strategy you may have seen, for example, in automotive. It stands for autonomous, connected, electrified, and shared. And those are all central elements of our technology strategy. Starting with autonomy or augmentation, if you like, we're looking at ways to enhance the boating experience to help boaters through some of the more stressful times in boating, things like docking, which is some of the more technical maneuvers, and that can lead people to feel some stress in those situations. And using the same kinds of technologies, whether it's optical sensors or LiDAR or radar or other things, to help augment their docking capability through potentially to auto docking. We have a lot of connected solutions, so finding ways to connect people with their boats when they're not on their boats, allowing them to switch things on and off, monitor their boats for security, do those kinds of things. And then our electrification strategy is going to be central to what we talk about at CES. We'll be showing some new electrified product that we haven't shown before that we're very, very excited about. And then the shared access model I just mentioned, really, which is around services and Freedom Boat Club. But autonomy, connectivity, and electrification will all be central to what we'll be showing at CES, including revealing some new products and technologies.
Oh, okay. So you will be revealing. Is there been any press release about what that might be, or you're going to save it for CES?
Well, there are some hints at it, but we'll certainly be revealing more about it than we have revealed before at CES. We think, CES is a fantastic global platform that stretches well beyond our industry. So the opportunity for us to do a product reveal or at least say more about technology is huge for us here, and we're going to take full advantage of it.
Obviously, we are moving towards electrification, but
yeah.
Are there challenges obviously that are facing your industry, and how do you hope to address them?
Yeah, there is an electrified boating market, but it tends to be in small horsepower, smaller boats. So most electric product at the moment in marine is in the kind of 5 horsepower range, which is quite small. We make engines that go up to outboard engines that go up to 600 horsepower. But as the technology evolves, we're anxious to continue to raise that threshold. But as you mentioned, there are some unique challenges from the marine environment, not the least of which, of course, is that water and electricity are not natural bedfellows. So you have to be extremely careful about implementation there. But then I would think about marine as a little more like aviation than like on-road light-duty vehicles. Boats are very weight sensitive, like aircraft. They consume a lot of power when they're in operation, a lot more than a light-duty vehicle rolling along a road. There are no brakes to recover energy. So generally, we're more of an edge case. So electrification will work where we have relatively constrained expectations for performance and range, for example. There are some of those. It's not the center of gravity, if you like, of boating, but things like a yacht tender where you're just trying to get from the dock to another boat. You don't have high range expectations or performance expectations. Those are the kind of things that could be readily electrified. Although, just like in road vehicles, expense and cost are other considerations too.
No, I mean, it's really interesting to see how that space is going to evolve. And, I'm really curious and interested to see how electrification, happens moving forward in your industry. We also wanted to mention, though, that you, Brunswick, you were a CES Innovation Award honoree at last year's CES. Yes. You had Mercury Marine's first ever V12 outboard engine that had a lot of accolades. So I'm just curious. I know you said you're going to reveal something that we aren't going to talk about now at the show, but maybe where can people find you on the show floor, and what can they expect to see from you? What other things can they expect to see at CES from Brunswick?
Well, we're in the West Hall, I think in the transportation section, close to the large automotive companies, in fact. And we have a wonderful exhibit. We're calling it the Aqua Arena. It's a large exhibit, a lot of different displays inside it, but you will be able to see that V12 outboard engine that you just mentioned. That it sounds almost odd that there would be a V12 engine honored as a CES award recipient, but the reality is that there are a tremendous amount of technologies embedded in that engine that make it more fuel efficient and higher performing than any other engine on the marketplace. So it deserved that accolade, not just because it's a cool V12 engine, but because of the fact that it's the first outboard engine, for example, to have an automatic transmission in it. It has advanced steering systems. It has what we call lean burn technology, which makes it burn cleaner and more fuel efficiently. But we will also be showing some really immersive displays on autonomy. We'll be showing more of our electrified product, and within that lineup, there'll be some reveals and some more information. But we'll also, to be honest, just be showing some of the beautiful boats that we make that make our brands what they are. So a real nice, I think, array, very immersive, very engaging array of products and technologies in a wonderful, exciting setting.
All right. Well, Dave, I'm going to make sure I come by your section, and I'm going to jump on one of your boats, and I'm going to scream, "I'm on a boat!" I mean, who doesn't want to do that? So thank you so much. And we will see you at CES, Dave.
Look forward to it, Brian. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks.